So this week on the internet, you may have seen some scary-looking humanoid robots that look like they were messed up on horse tranquilizers. Because if you're trying to be human, you may as well start out abusing horse tranquilizers. They were actually part of a competition over the weekend put on by Darpa, the crazy research wing of the Pentagon. 24 teams from around the world put their robots through 8 challenges, including opening a door, walking through rubble, and no joke, driving an ATV. The whole idea here was to get roboticists thinking about how to better design robots for rescue situations. Theoretically, if a robot moves like a human, it can better navigate things like contaminated nuclear reactors, which are obviously designed with human beings in mind. There are already perfectly good robots that do this, only they run on tracks, kind of like tiny tanks. But this means they can't do things like climb a ladder or drive an ATV. Problem is, getting a robot to walk like a human is really, really hard, as you might have noticed. And these things are incredibly bulky, which is no good if you want to use them to explore something like a collapsed mine or parking garage, where a robot needs to fit into tight spaces. This brings us to an interesting question. Why should the human body be the inspiration here at all? What if there's a design that doesn't look anything like a human being, but is able to navigate human structures just as well? It's a question that has sharply divided the robotics community. Tracked vehicles have their advantages, and one day humanoids will have theirs as well. But what if there's a design that combines both? Or better yet, we can stop our bickering and realize that maybe all of them can work in concert. Rescuers already use tracked robots in collapsed mines. And once the technology gets to the point where they aren't 400 pounds and falling on their faces, humanoids may work for operations that require a human touch. Or we can just keep them as they are, for comic relief.